Most of the thrift stores in our area are pretty terrible, but today I had an appointment around here, so I thought I would stop into the CommunityAid Thrift Store in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. I've heard really good things about this place, and I'm excited to check it out. This will either be really awesome or very disappointing. There will be no in between. So let's go in and check it. This is the exit, apparently. So that means this is the entrance. I got a whole slew of carts here, which I'm not gonna grab. Got some loud music playing, gonna ruin my operation here most likely. But as we come in here, we've got a lot of glassware. Nothing that I'm really hunting for. If you're curious what my interests are, I like hunting for toys and things like that, and video games. I don't know if they'll have anything like that here. And if they do, it might already be picked over, but I thought at the very least we could take a gander, do a little walkthrough. And first thing I'm seeing that could be of interest to some peeps that are in my neck of the woods are plushies. They got a ton of them here. Clark and I won this at Knoebels last year. One of those guys ended up here. Here's some little kids' toys. Not a huge selection, pretty spaced out. Kind of looks like everything's mostly picked over. Not a lot of stock. There's doll babies over there. We've got puzzles and games. So far, not a lot to be seen here in terms of stock and inventory. Shelves are mostly empty, as you can see here. We do have an iguana. That is $2. That was actually the toy area. Most of this is clothing, as you'd expect. All organized by color, which is very nice if you're looking for something in particular. This is all the women's stuff. Lots of shorts, lots of pants. I'm giving like the worst tour ever. Back here, movies and books. Are there video games though? That's what I'm wondering. These are all paperbacks. Let's look over here. Comic books. We got Spawn. Try not to get that lady on camera the best I can, but Simpsons comics. Let's see how much these are out of curiosity. Do they have a price tag? 99 cents. Not too terrible, actually. I don't know what these go for, if they're rare or not. I don't really collect comics, but it's interesting to have them. They've got a few records as well, for those who are into such things. They do have a couple video games, but I can't really get in there because there's a lady looking right now. So we'll go on a little bit more of a tour and we'll cycle back around. These are still women's clothes. So again, like this whole entire place. Women's clothes. Here's the men's stuff over here if you're curious. Men's clothing takes up maybe, I don't know, what do you think, like half of what the women's stuff does? Which is to be expected. They do have a couple aisles of appliances. I guess they call this electronics. Let's see what we got here. We got a typewriter, digital typewriter. It's kind of satisfying, eh? Let's go around this side here. See if we got anything of interest. Again, I'm not really looking for anything. I just thought since I was down here, I would stop in and see what this place is like. And I would say if you're looking for women's clothes, it's definitely not gonna disappoint. But if you're looking for anything else, you might be disappointed. We got some big items here for kids. We got some artwork you can hang on your walls back here. I feel very awkward walking through here filming all this. Just pretend like I'm not doing anything, right? But here's all of this. Again, this place is like, it feels bigger than what it needs to be, in my opinion. Like you could really fill a lot more stuff in here. Here's picture frames, a staple of any thrift store. They've got hats, a few of them. We got belts. You could get a suit in here. If you could find the right measurements, probably get a good deal on a suit. Let's just see how much they cost out of curiosity. The suit's $12.99. That seems like a deal. If you're in the world of suit looking, here's all the men's button-up shirts. Just kind of walking through here so I can eventually get around to go look at the video games again and be what I'm assuming to be disappointed. This appears to be the kids section. Again, I'm trying to avoid people. They probably don't willingly want to be in my video documenting this place, so we'll do our best here. Man, kids stuff like crazy. So this is a staple of all yard sales, but prices $3.99 for shorts. Looks like everything's $3.99 basically for boys shorts. And shirts, $2.99. Here's one that's $4.99. And yeah, so if you're used to yard sale prices where you can get stuff for like a quarter or a dollar, it's a little higher than that, but not crazy. Let me bring you back here into this corner. I'll show you the, I guess, handbags and backpacks they have. Again, lots of space on the wall for things. They could probably fill it up a little more, I suppose, but again, not bad when it comes to women's stuff. Like if you're coming here looking for women's fashion, even shoes, like look at the shoe collection they have here. Pretty full, but not quite my thing, believe it or not. Not quite, but I respect people that are in here looking for that kind of stuff, and I'll document it the best that I can, because you might have come across this thinking about like, do I want to go into this place? Hey, there's me. On our way back to the back, why don't I go over this way so I can show you the center of the store. We're kind of back into the women's clothing again, taking over the entire place. So it's crazy. It's amazing how much clothing we go through, isn't it? Like these are closets and closets full of stuff that people have donated here. Remarkable when you think about it. And it's almost like kind of insane to think that you'd go to a store to buy new clothes when all of this stuff is perfectly good and just waiting here for someone to buy it. Let's see. Okay, my spot's free. Now we can get a little bit of a look at what appears to be Connect and sports games. They do have Plants vs. Zombies. How much are these, out of curiosity? Wow, $5.99. That's pricey. How much is this? Also $5.99. So you're looking at prices probably in line with eBay. Like this is, yeah, they're all the same price. I'd say that's fair. I wouldn't say it's a deal. Obviously, if there were any decent games here that were of value, because everything seems to be just sitting at $5.99, people would have come through and bought them and collected them or resold them. But music is fairly inexpensive, and movies, surprisingly, not too much selection. It's kind of weird to see. If you are looking for the Armageddon soundtrack, though, it's here. Maybe you're a book enthusiast, though. How much are the books? $1.99? That doesn't seem too bad. Almost library prices. They're so affordable. But books tend to be one of those things that people donate quite often. And depending on your taste, this is everything they have back here. Most of my books I like to listen to. In fact, all of them I do. This video brought to you by Audible. Use code Greg's World at check. No, I'm just messing. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be finding too much here today. I was thinking I'd walk out of here with some crazy find based on this place's reputation, but I don't know if it's lived up to that necessarily. They do have quite the collection of changing rooms here, so if you do find something that you want to try on, you definitely have the opportunity to do that. Again, just a ton of space. This place is ginormous. I did start following this subreddit where they show vintage tees that are really cool. I don't know if there will be anything like that here by chance, but as you can see, as I mentioned, everything's sorted by color and size. Like these are all mediums here. So somebody did a fantastic job with putting these things out. You're not just gonna be hunting and rooting through stuff. If you have an idea of what size you want and what color shirt you want, boom, you're good to go. As you can see here, there's a Star Wars shirt. But yeah, it's not vintage, it's an Old Navy. It's still cool nonetheless. Like they got multiples. Somebody was out buying these in droves, I guess. But yeah, that is kind of what you can expect here, I guess. I didn't find anything, but we do have one more section to look at. We've got some cases up here that I thought I'd show you, along with The Last Supper. I was not planning that, but here's a look at jewelry and stuff they have. Watches, bracelets, lotions, purses. Again, not quite my style, but I thought maybe you'd want to see it if you're thinking about stopping in here. Maybe there's a treasure that you see even here. Oh, there you go. This is where the gems are. Someone actually donated a Lego set. Wonder how much that's going for. We also have Funko. Oh, a ColecoVision in here as well. No visible prices on anything that I can see. There's a Lego set as well. So anything of value, I guess, goes in here. But I am curious, like, what these things cost. I would assume brand new, maybe a little expensive. There's some old cameras, Barry Bonds in there. This is actually interesting stuff here. I like this. I would say of all the things in here, this is probably the most interesting to me, the ColecoVision. I've never actually seen one of these in real life. I don't know if it works or not. It looks to be nicely packaged though. It looks to be in good shape. I'm kind of curious how much it is. I asked about the ColecoVision, $49.99, the Lego set $19.99, which is, I think, what that sold for retail. So you can go to Walmart and get it for that. So not an incredible deal, but still cool stuff nonetheless that they have in here. That concludes our day out at the CommunityAid Thrift Store. I looked up the ColecoVision on eBay, and that's a fair price. Like, it's not a deal, but it's about what they go for. So they're not gouging you or anything. It's just nothing here that you're gonna be like, oh, I got the greatest score ever, unless you're looking for women's clothes, which obviously that is the way to go here. So that's my quick walkthrough and review of the CommunityAid Thrift Store in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. You can decide from this if it's something that you'd like to stop by and check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a glorious rest of your day.